Today we're talking foot health and performance. Most athletic movements are generated with a nice stable platform and foundation on the ground, starting with our feet. So wanting to visualize what we have access to here with the foot is you have big toe, pinky, and heel. I'm going to treat my foot like this tripod and press down on those 3 contact points. That helps develop that arch. It gives me a nice stable platform to generate force from. Foot's pretty incredible. It's not like how it looks in the shoes with a very stiff sole where it's just flopping back and forth. The foot is full of 26 different bones and a lot of muscles, tendons, and ligaments that allow it to be very strong and rigid when we want it to be. We're generating force, then also fluid and flexible. We move it any which way to set up the next stable platform that we're working for. So we're going to go over a couple exercises now that helps generate a stronger foot and can possibly improve any foot pain you're dealing with and improve athletic performance. So starting with just a nice stable foot position, get my feet below my hips and I want to visualize that tripod. And I'm going to press my big toe, my pinky, and my heel into the ground, really spreading my toes and contracting my big toe into my heel at the same time as pushing down my pinky. This builds a nice arch, and I can already feel a little bit of sensation on that arch as it gets a little sore from that muscle contraction. From the side, a single leg, it's like big toe, pinky, heel, and I'm squeezing, building that nice healthy arch. So I like to do these kind of throughout the day, especially when I'm barefoot, even better when I'm on grass, because I'm able to get all those little nerve endings moving and sensing from touching the grass with my feet. I'll just stand there and I'll just press my big toe, pinky, build that arch, relax, let the arch collapse, build it, collapse, and build it. Do whatever feels good and do it throughout the day. This will help cue that motion and make your foot a better stable platform when you're training, lifting, or any sport. Going on to our next movement that we can do, again with no equipment needed, is alternating big toe and little toes, pressing and flexing. So I start here, I kind of build that arch from barefoot, and I push my big toe on the ground, and I lift up my little toes. And I alternate, get my big toe to move. What this will do is get our toes used to acting independently and cue a lot of that mind-muscle connection that's going on there. It's going to be very challenging. I would just go back and forth for 10 to 30 seconds, kind of as you're thinking, getting those bones moving, that muscle working. Moving on to the next movement that we can do. This requires just a little bit of equipment. I'm going to take a towel. You can do this standing or seated. From a seat, I just have a little hand towel set up, and I start with my big toe and low toes on it, and I just slowly, repetitively pull it towards me. This engages all those muscles that develops the arch, gets it building. As soon as I get through the towel on this side, I can go with the left side and use the other foot, giving that 1-to-1 work to rest ratio, giving my resting foot a chance to recover before doing the next set. Finally, with all these foot movements and exercises that we're doing, having a lacrosse ball, a golf ball, a tennis ball might be a good place to start. It's a great way to roll out that arch and get all those toes moving around, kind of work through any tender spots. You can sit at a tender spot for a little bit longer, see how that feels. Or you can roll it back and forth, again making that foot a lot more flexible and malleable, and getting those bones and tendons and ligaments used to moving. So that way when we use our muscles, we're able to really contract and build that platform.